If you're charging every subscriber the same price, you're making the biggest mistake on OnlyFans. Most creators pick a number, $25 for a PPV, $100 for a custom, and charge that to everyone. Feels fair, feels simple. But it's wrong. Every subscriber has a different budget. Some can barely afford $10, while others will spend $200 without blinking. One flat price means you're either scaring off the ones who'd buy at a lower number or leaving serious money with the ones who'd happily pay more. We've been in the OnlyFans space for over 3 years, generating over $500,000 in the past 12 months, working hands-on with dozens of creators. The pricing system I'm about to show you is exactly what we use across every model we manage. Whether you're a creator pricing your own content or an agency managing models, I'll show you how to figure out what each subscriber can actually afford and a step-by-step system that makes sure you never leave money on the table again. Before I get into the pricing system itself, you need to see something that changes how you think about money on this platform. I call this the spending power secret. Most creators price based on what feels expensive to them. If $30 is a lot of money in your life, charging $30 for a photo set feels wrong. Charging $100, forget it. So you keep prices low. Not because your subscribers can't afford more, but because you can't picture paying that much yourself. Here's the problem. You're not selling to you, you're selling to them, and their budget has nothing to do with yours. Let me show you what I mean. Go to Indeed.com, I'll put the link in the description, and look up the average salary for a few common jobs. Pick ones your subscribers have mentioned. For example, a truck driver in the US. Average salary is $94,000 a year. That's close to $8,000 a month. Warehouse worker, still north of $40,000. Even entry-level jobs in the US pay more than most creators expect. A $50 PPV to someone making $8,000 a month is nothing. 0.5% of their income. But to a creator making $2,000 a month, $50 feels like a huge ask. You hesitate, you discount, you sell yourself short. This is why creators are massively underpricing. They're measuring the subscriber's wallet by their own paycheck. And if your chatters are in a country where the cost of living is way lower, the Philippines for example, the gap gets even bigger. They genuinely don't realize how much Americans spend on stuff like this. You don't need to look up every subscriber's salary before you message them, especially if you're running a free page with hundreds of subs. But do this once. Spend 10 minutes on Indeed, look up 5 or 6 common jobs and let it sink in. It'll completely reset what you think your subscribers can afford. And when you're chatting with someone and they mention their job or where they're from, pay attention. That's gold. Those two pieces of info, what they do and where they live, tell you more about what they'll spend than anything else. That alone is worth more than most pricing advice you'll find out there. But knowing what they can afford is only half the picture. You still need a system that captures it, a way to find the right price for each person without guessing. And that's what I'm about to show you. I call this the variable pricing ladder. The price isn't fixed. It changes based on who you're selling to and what they've bought before. No flat rates, no guessing. Every subscriber gets tested and tracked. Here's how it works. When a new subscriber comes in, you don't know their budget yet. So you start with a test PPV. For most models, we set this for around $25. They buy at $25, great. Next PPV goes up, $55. They buy that, $75. Keep pushing. Some subscribers will go all the way to $200. That's the upsell tag. Now, what if they don't buy the first one? That doesn't mean they're broke. Maybe $25 was too much for them right now. So you step down, try 15. They buy a 15, good. Now you know their floor. Next, try 20, then 30, small steps up. That's the discount pack. You're finding their number. Here's the part that makes this a real system instead of random guessing. The next time that a subscriber comes back for a new session, you don't start with a standard pricing ladder. You adjust it based on his spending power. Someone reached $75 last session, you don't start at $25. You start at $35, then push to $55, then $75. You already know they can handle it, so you climb fast. Someone's floor was $15, you start at $15 and work up slow, $5 at a time. High spenders get ramped up fast. A subscriber who hit $200 last time, next session might go $55, $150, and $200. You're getting them back to their ceiling in a few messages because you know where it is. Low spenders get a slower climb. That's fine, they still spend. You're not picking one number and praying it works for everyone. You're testing, tracking, and adjusting for every single subscriber on the page. One more thing that fits right here: custom. By the time a subscriber asks for a custom content, you already know what they spend. The ladder told you. So you price their custom based on real data, not a guess. And the rule with customs is simple. Don't be afraid to charge high prices. If they agree, that's a bonus. If they push back, come down a bit. Most subscribers will meet you closer to the first number than you'd expect. So now you know what your subscribers can afford. And you have a real system that finds the right price for each one and builds on it over time. But there's one more thing that affects how much you can charge. And most creators get this completely backward. This might catch you off guard. It has nothing to do with your chatting or your pricing. It's about marketing. Here's the rule. The less you show for free, the more people will pay behind the paywall. This is called desexualization. If your Twitter, your Reddit, all your free content is already full of nudity and explicit stuff, then your OnlyFans has less perceived value. Your subscribers have already seen half of what you're selling. Why would they pay top dollar for the rest? But if your marketing is clean, attractive, suggestive maybe, but not explicit, then everything behind the paywall feels exclusive, rare, worth paying for. People pay more for things they can't get anywhere else. Think about it like this. You never see LV running a sale. You never see Rolex giving out discount codes. They keep their products scarce, controlled, and behind the price tag, and people pay more because of it. The moment a luxury brand starts giving everything away, the perception drops and so does the price. Same thing with your page. Your free content creates the perception. Your paid content delivers the reality. The bigger the gap between what they see for free and what's behind the paywall, the more every price on your ladder goes up. So when you're putting the system together, remember that how much you can charge starts with how you present yourself everywhere else. Clean up the marketing and every number on that ladder gets bigger. Let me pull this together. The mistake is simple. Most OnlyFans creators pick a price and charge every subscriber the same thing. That's what's costing you money. The fix has three parts. First, learn what your subscribers can afford, their job, their location. 30 seconds on Indeed. Stop guessing based on your own paycheck. Second, use the pricing ladder. Start every subscriber with a test PPV. If they buy, go higher. If they don't, step down and find their floor. Track where each person lands and use the variable pricing ladder. No more flat rates. Third, control the perception. What you show for free tells people what your paid content is worth. Less free means higher price. This system works. We've used it across dozens of models and it's one of the biggest reasons B9 has generated over $500,000 in the last year. Now I get that setting this up on your own is a lot of work. Building the ladder, training chatters, tracking subscribers. It takes time, and if you're running your page solo, it can feel like a second full-time job. If you want my team to handle this for you, here's what I'll guarantee. If you're brand new, we'll get you to $10,000 a month within 90 days. If you're already making money, we'll double your income in that same window. And if we don't deliver, you'll get a full refund. Everything you paid us over those 90 days back in your pocket. We only take one new model per month. If that sounds like what you need, DM me the word model to my Instagram. Is the first link in the description. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.